Hey, so in this video I'd like to talk to you about the power of visualization. So first of all, what is it? And how can you, as an elite performing athlete striving for excellence, use it? In its most basic form, visualization is all about programming your mind, wiring your mind consciously into the subconscious ahead of time. The thing which makes us humans different to all the other creatures on this planet is that we have something called the prefrontal cortex, our conscious mind. Now this is what gives us our ability to creatively imagine things, to think about the things that we want and imagine doing it and seeing what it looks like, hearing what it looks like and feeling what it looks like, even tasting what it looks like and smelling what it looks like. Just like perhaps your favourite food. Imagine it as you're driving home or coming home from work, college, wherever you've been, a training session. Imagining it ahead of time, and you can get those juices flowing, and you can utilise these simple skills and techniques to map out, create your neurological map of your performance, your mind movie as I like to call it, ahead of time. And all too often, people actually visualise in ways in which they don't realise that they're doing. It becomes destructive. Often, the athletes who I work with, certainly some of them, they spend a little too much time thinking about how they don't want to perform, what they don't want to do, hoping that they don't do something in some way, hoping that they don't lose, hoping that they don't want to make a mistake. Now the mind can't process a negation, it can't process a don't, because in order to not think about a blue elephant right now, some of you, most of you, have probably seen a blue elephant. It's like a tightrope walk. If they walk across the rope and they keep saying to themselves, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, and guess what? Yeah, they're gonna fall. What you need to do is program in your mind what you want. And I'm specifically talking about visualizing what you want. And this can be with short-term goals, medium and long-term. But if we just frame what we're talking about today in terms of visualization for your next performance, your next competition, then this is something that you can be doing before you go to bed, something you can do when you wake up in the morning, something you can do when you're traveling, something you can be doing in the changing rooms. It's something that you can be doing whilst you're warming up on the court, on the pitch, in the pool, on the track. And you need to get crystal clear. You need to make a cinematic experience inside of your mind which looks glorious, which is seeing you striding around your sporting arena, feeling confident, focused, joyful, and noticing your posture, noticing yourself and seeing yourself standing, walking, moving confidently with a smile on your face. And then you need to get specific about the exact movements. How do you want to move when you're out there doing what you do? What types of techniques, what skills do you want to be focusing on for your up and coming performance? How do you want to act if something doesn't quite go your way? Because you can rehearse this visually in your mind and then white it out and let go of it and put it behind you. So you need to create this big, bright, cinematic experience inside of your mind. Seeing yourself out there and then stepping into it, seeing it through your own eyes, hearing the sounds of your own voice, hearing the sounds of your teammates, talking to you positively, and feeling how you really want to feel, noticing what it feels like exactly to move in the way that you want to move. If you're playing football, really see yourself moving with the ball at your feet, moving past people, seeing your legs, feet, and seeing the ball moving in the ways that you want it to move when you're striking the ball. or if you're a tennis player and you can see yourself bringing that racket up and back and really focusing on your eyes, seeing that ball, getting right onto the racket and hitting through it, and then seeing yourself moving across the court with effortless ease. If you're a trampolinist or a gymnast, again, get this movie inside of your mind and make it big. Your mind loves big images, and this is key. Make this movie, this cinematic movie of your performance, make it big, make it colourful, make it bright, and make it as clear as you can possibly make it. Make it 3D, get the size of it, because the bigger the picture, the easier it is for your subconscious mind to know exactly what it wants. You have to program, you have to get into the habit of programming subconsciously into your mind and wiring your performance ahead of time. And then you've got to utilize the sounds of what it sounds like to be playing on a basketball court, hearing the sounds of the squeaky shoes, that sound that it makes when you take your shot and it swishes through the net. There'll be these specialized, unique sounds that are associated to your sport, and you can use them. And you can also utilize the sounds of your own voice and the way that you talk to yourself and the way you talk to each other as a team. And make the tone of your voice take control over the tone. Just start to notice how you speak to yourself and each other in your teams if it's a team sport, and just check the tone, the tempo, the volume. Are you talking to yourself in a kind, positive way, or is it a nervous way, or are you putting yourself down? You've got to make this big, bright picture, and you've got to make the sounds loud, you've got to make it deep, you've got to make it confident, and you've got to own it, and you've got to feel good. How do you want to feel when you're playing? For your specific sport and for you as an individual, there are certain feelings that you really want to be associated into when you're playing. An archer may want to feel slightly different than a rugby player. But what are those specific feelings, those states, those neurological states that you want to feel? Imagine them ahead of time. And once you've got this movie of you doing all the things that you want to do, performing this game, imagine your perfect cinematic performance, but whilst also being aware that you're never going to achieve perfection. So you're striving for it, but you're flexible enough to know ahead of time that it's not going to go the exact way that you want it to go. That's life, and prepare yourself for that. But see yourself doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Make it big, make it bright, make yourself colourful, and see yourself in front of yourself doing what you do, loving life, talking to yourself with confidence, strolling around your sporting arena, doing what you do. Make the sounds loud. Get into this habit, and once you've got this movie, just keep running it in your head. See this movie through ahead of time, and then go back to the beginning and do it again. And go back to the beginning and do it again. And go back to the beginning and do it again. And the faster you do this, the more you ingrain it into your subconscious mind, into the cerebellum where you store all of your motor movements. Think about some of the key decisions that you might need to make in your performance, and see yourself making the correct decision with the correct outcomes, looking exactly how you want it to look like. Something really useful as well is music. Utilize the power of music to energize your state. When you're driving to your match, driving to your competition, when you're in the changing rooms, get some of your favourite tracks and play it in your head whilst visualising it. So spend some time making your own mind movie of your greatest performance and practice it. And if you have, and when you have some success with it, you can leave me some comments below telling me about how effective it was, and I can give you some tips in further detail how to do it more specifically. So I hope you found some of these tips and tricks about how to master your mind. If you haven't, can you please subscribe, and can you like the video? And if you'd like further help, further discussion, then by all means you can please get in touch, and I'll gladly work out a free 1 hour session with you, either online or in person, depending on where you live, and we can find out and discover a Science of Excellence program that's uniquely designed for you and your needs, your goals and your ambitions. See you soon.